Okay, we're going to get started, folks. Just want to say good morning and good afternoon, depending on where you are with the country. Again, thank you for joining us today. We are very excited to have Colonial Life here today. We are joined by Lorenza Catora, Dennis Volpe, and Dennis Connor from Colonial Life. We are going to be talking about what Colonial Life offers as far as their group voluntary benefits and working through those products. We're also going to touch on, why it's beneficial to work with Pinnacle and Colonial together and some of the additional benefits that you receive. And as always, just wanted to start out, this is kind of a niche product as far as working with business owners for these voluntary benefits for their clients. So, those of you that are on the call, I just want to drive home the point. If you're not specifically totally dedicated to this marketplace, but you have business owners that you actually work with and you think can benefit from this, and we're going to touch on this in the presentation. Colonial Life has a great setup to really help you do that and just introduce that business owner to Colonial Life and let them run with it there, because there's a lot of nuances. And then, for those who want to dedicate themselves or are already dedicating themselves to this group voluntary benefits marketplace and working with business owners consistently, Colonial Life has great opportunities for you to really capitalize on their marketing and their name brand, as far as being probably the biggest group voluntary benefits enroller in the country. So, it's you kind of fall into those two buckets, and we'll kind of let you know where you fit in with that. But I just wanted to make that point before we get started. And, as always, if there's any questions, please use our question or chat box, and we'll get those answered at the end of the call. For your appointment, so at the end of the call or end of the webinar here today, if you want to get appointed with Colonial Life, you can definitely reach out to our team here. You should be seeing, myself and Mark Bolger, who we head up our life and annuity sales team. So our numbers are there and email addresses. So if you want to get appointed, want to have a quick chat, we can, give you the information you need. We'll get you in touch with Lorenzo, and he can take you the rest of the way and get you set up and understand kind of what you're looking to accomplish, so we know which track you're going to be in. So just wanted to let you know that. With that, I am going to turn it over to Lorenzo to present the rest of the great information the Colonial Life has. Just give me a second to pull up the
Thank
presentation.
You,
Greg. Yep.
So good afternoon, everyone,
Okay.
or good morning again, depending on where you are in the country. My name is Lorenzo Catai. I'm a district general agent with Colonial Life. With me today, I have Dennis Volpe, who's one of our account managers, as well as Dennis Connor. He's our territory sales manager. And with that, looks like we may have the older presentation there, but that's okay. The date is May 8th, and that was from our last presentation. So we're going to cover this afternoon who is Colonial Life, what are voluntary benefits for those of you who may have some idea but not 100% clear, what benefits we do offer, and then we're going to touch on our underwriting and compensation near the end of the presentation. So for those of you who may not be familiar with the name Colonial Life, we have been in business for over 80 years, founded in 1939 in South Carolina. One of our very first clients was the State Highway Patrol. So we're very heavy in the public sector. That said, we also have 44 of the 50 state governments are with Colonial Life. So that speaks volumes about the vetting process of who we are as a company. We do also partner with companies as small as 3, all the way up to clients like American Airlines, for example. Collectively, we have over 100,000 business clients, and we do worksite benefits. We also collectively provide protection to over 4.5 million workers in the worksite. And we are also owned by Unum, if you're familiar with Unum. So that's our parent company, which collectively puts us in the Fortune 500 realm. Greg? So a brief look or line by line, important benefits that, so if you were an employee looking at this, this is how we describe ourselves. And then when we do presentations and we talk to groups at large, this is how we discuss what we do. These are important benefits that can be purchased through your employer at group discounted rates. Guarantee issue is significant, especially in this day and age. So we talk quite a bit about guarantee acceptance for our products. Based on the industry and groups, you'll see some of the offerings at the end of the presentation are pretty substantial, as well as compensation for you folks as well. Benefits that we pay out to the claimant, we do not pay doctors and hospitals. Our benefits are paid directly to the consumer, and the consumer gets to direct those payments any way they see fit. They can pay their mortgage, their rent, they use them for lost wages, of course. They can go on vacation. It really doesn't matter to Colonial Life. Once a claim is paid, the claim gets paid directly to the consumer, and they can use those funds any way they need be. More often, we see them used for leftover medical expenses, as you can imagine, with the rising cost in health insurance and the offset costs being pushed back to the employee. A lot of these benefits are paid to the employee and then used for things such as deductibles or co-insurance. The benefits are offered in a variety of ways at the worksite. So the employee can purchase a benefit for themselves. They can add their spouse, and they can also have family coverage. So the benefits are customizable in that regard, as well as they can pick the benefit that fits their potential solution. So they can go with a modest coverage. They can go with some high-end coverages. They can mix and match. It's not a one-size-fit-all benefit. So what we like to say is when we go into a business and discuss the programs, we like to offer maybe just a few programs initially, and that allows for adding products year over year. So it sort of satisfies the what have you done for me lately? You know, when we talk to business decision makers, CFOs, CEOs, small business owners, we always start out by saying this is a great value add that doesn't cost the company any money. So there's no impact to the budget, you know, the bottom line budget of a business. And more we know what it's really all about is hiring good people. So, you know, and retaining those good people. So these programs are great value for a business owner to add to their benefit collection without adding any more cost. So that's the first thing I'll tell a business owner, and that gets their attention right away because, you know, most of the cost for things such as benefits go back to the business. And this is one where they can add more benefits without adding more cost. I mentioned earlier, family coverage is available. And then finally, the benefits are portable. So people, I believe, love that they can purchase a product at the worksite that they can carry on with them when they leave their employer, whether they retire or change careers. These are programs that are owned 100% by the employee since they're funding them at 100%, and thereby they own those products. Not only are they portable, but they're portable at the same group rate. So if they leave employment, they get to keep that same exact product. They can pay from home out of their bank account at that point without any incurred increase in cost. And again, they're through payroll deduction. So, Craig. Next slide.
Yep, 1 second.
Sure. So, you know, more than just the benefits, we consider ourselves a 3-in-1 company. We refer to ourselves as an enrollment company. As a matter of fact, with over 7,000 agents nationwide, we look at ourselves as the largest enrollment company in the country. Thereby, if you have a potential client that has multiple locations throughout multiple states, that's not a problem. We have probably an agent in your backyard where you live. Thereby, we can deploy and put boots on the ground wherever these businesses may reside. So we view ourselves as a very significant force in the enrollment business. So we additionally look at ourselves as a technology company. More and more, we see ourselves as an enrollment company and a technology firm. Combining those two strengths allows us to be nimble and working within a business's framework, whatever platform they may have their benefits on. We can adapt to that platform and we can enroll not only our Colonial Life benefits, but we also can enroll the core medical, dental, and ancillary benefits. That becomes a significant assistance to you folks who may have business clients who are looking for solutions and also looking for an enrollment platform and a technology platform to assist with that heavy lift. We know oftentimes that work gets pushed off to the HR department. There's usually pushback from HR where there's, this looks like extra work, or they may already have a desk full of work with open enrollment for their core medical. We can come in, we can take whatever programs they're offering, major medical, ancillary, dental, and put them on a platform that we can provide and help with enrollment and be a real true enrollment solution, thereby lessening the burden on HR and actually making you folks look better and bringing a solution. And then again, finally, voluntary benefits. That combined makes us a 3-in-1 company and not just a standalone voluntary benefit company. I'll take a breath and pass it to Dennis Connor. If Dennis, you want to run through the next slide.
Absolutely. Yeah. So again, we like to make things easy for our business partners. Really, what we're looking for is an introduction, and we can help market the benefits, execute on the enrollment, and then service the benefits when it comes to claims. So again, here's sort of the 3 different silos. So again, we are a traditional carrier. We're all for product. We will, basically provide you a proposal with rates and product designs that will be competitive in the industry. But again, above and beyond that, we'll provide technology solutions. So if your client does not have a Ben admin technology solution, maybe they're a smaller employer and they can't afford that expense, we can provide technology solutions that we have in-house at no cost to the employer. So that provides great value, especially for small employers. If it's a larger employer, we can typically dial into the existing technology that they have and integrate with that. So in either scenario, we're going to be able to be a solution there. And then last but not least, and Lorenzo talked about this, in terms of enrollment, we're really nimble. We like to do this face-to-face with employees at the workplace. That's typically our first option because, quite frankly, employees by and large do not understand their benefits. And so there's real value for us to be able to come in and speak with employees face-to-face, answer their questions, not only about our benefits, but about the medical, dental, vision. But we do more than that. So we understand that in today's workforce, many employees work remote, employees are on the road. So we have multiple ways to get in front of employees to market these benefits. So face-to-face, we can do virtual, telephonic, online. So we can do something like this where we can connect with people like on a go-to-meeting and collect digital signatures. And so really, whatever the enrollment need is, we have those resources to execute on that enrollment. All right. And then here's our product portfolio. So we have a wide product portfolio. And you can see here the financial protection, disability, and life. Those are the 2 primary drivers of sales for us. Employees typically understand that they need to protect their paycheck and they need to protect their families, in the case of that they pass away. So those are the 2 benefits that we sell most often. In addition to the disability and life, we also have accident and critical illness coverages. When I say critical illness, these are coverages that pay for critical diseases, cancer, heart attack, stroke, organ transplant, kidney failure. Those policies, the accident and the critical illness, really help employees have a financial safety net. So when the unexpected happens, like an accident or sickness, they have the financial resources to then pay for any expense that they have, whether that's a direct expense from a deductible or an indirect expense like lost wages, or a spouse that takes time off to care for the other spouse. In any eventuality, these dollars pay directly to our claimants to help in those times of need. We additionally have hospital indemnity, a supplemental health coverage here, so that one of the most expensive things that you can do when you use your health insurance is to be hospitalized. So we have a specific plan that pays for inpatient hospitalization. It typically pays a lump sum benefit for the first day that you're admitted. That can range from $1,000 to up to $5,000. And then it pays a daily benefit for each day that you remain confined to the hospital. And that's typically somewhere between $200 to $300 per day. And that would pay for up to a year. And then on top of all of those, we also have a dental program as well. Again, a lot of small employers don't have dental as a resource. So we can offer that on a voluntary basis as well. So again, a complete portfolio: life, disability, accident, critical illness, hospital income, and dental. And we can offer both of these products on an individual or a group basis. And that just helps us be really competitive in the marketplace. All right. And then in terms of underwriting, we have the most competitive underwriting in the industry. And I can say that pretty confidently. We have really two ways that we go to market. We kind of segment the market in the 5 to 99 space, right? So 5 would be the minimum amount of employees that we could work with, right? In the 5 to 99 space, we have this executive underwriting offer. And really what that means is, even for smaller employers, when we offer our benefits, we can offer guaranteed issue coverage for all of the benefits, whether that's life insurance, disability, accident, critical illness. We'll offer guaranteed issue coverage up to certain limits for each of those coverages. So if you have uninsurable people that have applied for insurance in the past and they've gotten denied, that is not a problem with our program. We take on all risk in that initial enrollment, which is it's a terrific thing to be able to do, especially in a smaller group. We also waive pre-X for our products, so that's in the first year as well. So we will take on claims sometimes, knowing that. So waiving pre-X would be like for a disability policy. If somebody signs up and they're already pregnant, that's okay. They'll sign up for our policy. It's guaranteed issue. We'll issue that policy, and then we'll pay that claim, maybe 3 to 4 months later when that delivery happens. So there's no other carriers that I'm aware of that do both guaranteed issue and waive pre-existing conditions for employers in the 5 to 99 space. For the employers in the above 100 space, 100 to whatever, we offer all of that same underwriting, but we will waive pre-X for up to 2 years. And then we will guarantee our rates on our products for up to 5 years. It's a 5-year rate guarantee on our products. So real winning proposition there. We just make these benefits not only affordable for employees, but we make it, guaranteed, so they can't get denied for any reason, even at pre-X, right? And again, so we are the only carrier that I'm aware of that has this type of underwriting. And then so there's underwriting, and then there's comp, right? So comp is what we would pay you for the referrals to be able to do business with your clients and partner with you. The way that we pay is basically based on how much resources you need from us. You'll see on this slide here, we pay level 15, level 20, or level 25 commissions. So if, for example, all you needed from us was our products, and you needed a proposal with some guaranteed issue and waiver of pre-X, if you only needed our products and your client already had the benefit technology and you did not need our enrollment services, then we would be able to pay you on a level 25% commission schedule. So it's 25% in the first year, and then it's 25% renewals for each year that policy remains on the books. We would pay at level 20 if you asked not only for the product, but for either the enrollment services or technology, right? So in many cases, this is sort of where we're paying most brokers because they obviously need our products, and they really are leaning on our enrollment services in order to get the word out and to get high participation in the products. But we're piggybacking on the employer's technology, right? In the level 15 scenario, If you were asking for us to pull from all three categories, right, the product, the technology, and the enrollment, then we would pay a level of 15. So again, we will pay you 15, 20, or 25. It's level commission first year and beyond. And we would just take a look at each case on a case-by-case scenario to determine the most appropriate level.
And Dennis, I'm just going to interject here too, just to clarify for some of the people on the call. When it comes to those options, anyone on the call who hasn't been involved in the group benefit space, but has some, a few business owners that they think this would be a perfect match for, and would like to introduce it to them, you're going to be on the package one. If you're experienced in this marketplace and you've done it in the past, then package 2 or 3 would be the option for you. So just know that ahead of time, because if you're brand new to this realm, there's a lot to know as far as the enrollment and doing the enrollments in the product. So to go for package 3 for the higher comp, you're going to be lost. So most of the agents, if you're just doing it here and there, you're going to be on package 1 and let Colonial Life do all the heavy lifting.
All right, thanks, Greg.
Perfect, Greg. Couldn't say it any better.
And that transition us into questions. So I will go on mute and fire away with any questions. And Greg, if there's any questions in the chat, we can address those as well.
Yeah, I don't see any questions from the attendees right now, but I do have a question. Just it's kind of a question, but scenario. What would, at a high level, and I think Lorenzo, you may want to tackle this one, but at a high level, for somebody who is new to this marketplace but has a handful of business owners that they think it would be beneficial for. So let's just give a case study. So person has, let's just say it's a bakery with about 5 employees. Agent wants to make the introduction, wants Colonial Life to do the heavy lifting. At a high level, can you just run us through what that would look like?
Certainly, sure. Thanks, Greg. So what I would encourage is for your agent to reach me. I'll give you my cell phone. We'll have a quick discussion about what an introduction looks like and what a handoff can be like. If as simple as offering to have me take that call and run with it, or me be on a call and have an introduction. Once that introduction happens, like I shared, I'll start with the discussion as far as from the business owner's perspective, the value prop, that how it can help them to attract and retain employees, et cetera. And then we move the ball down the track. If the owner agrees and he says, this makes great sense, how do we get started? That's where we discuss how we educate those 5 employees. As Dennis alluded to on that one slide, we would have an agent with boots on the ground, go into that bakery on a break before the work starts, after work, what have you, and make a presentation. And then we would follow that presentation up by one-on-one enrollment with those 5 employees. Generally, we see about a 60% enrollment. So, we would end up with 3 out of 5 purchasing products. Those enrollers are paid a flat amount from Colonial Life to do that work. So that's already taken care of from the Colonial side of things. So, that's a peace of mind too. So, your agents here on the call do not have to worry about setup, follow-up, coordinating that account, and even down to the claims aspect. It's really, like you said, it's the handoff, it's the introduction that we're looking for. If all that makes sense, that's the process. That's what it looks like. If somebody wants to talk through any scenario with me before, I'm available to do that. But the steps that, if it makes sense for anybody here on the call to move forward, the next step would be for contracting. We'll get them a contracting link. It's as simple as sending me their email. Then we'll onboard them so they're ready to get their agent number, et cetera. And then we're here to be a fulfillment support system. We don't want this to distract from your current book of business, from what you're currently making a living off of. We want to add this to your bottom line to be additional revenue stream without any additional work on your end. That's really it. Thank you, Greg, for teeing that
Yep.
up.
Yeah, no problem. And just to add to that, and I believe part of the onboarding process, there is kind of a national trainer or basically a curriculum that you can go into to kind of learn the ins and outs. Now, this may be for somebody who's a little bit more advanced in this group voluntary space, but training is a component to get you up to speed. Is that correct?
It is, yeah, absolutely. We have a significant training portfolio, videos, classes, study guides. And again, like you mentioned earlier, it depends on the depth that someone wants to get into this. But we can take it from we'll handle it all to if someone here on the call wants to go in and learn and study, and that's there for them as well.
Okay, perfect. All right, I think we are good. So I will just wrap this up. A couple just bullet points. I think for those on the call that need to understand the importance. The fact that these products are portable for individuals is I think a big thing. Because if you had somebody who purchases it through their current employer and then wants to leave, in most situations currently with other providers, they would lose that coverage. With Colonial, they get to keep it, and especially nothing worse than losing coverage and then having a health issue and not being able to get coverage outside. So the portability is really important, and the guaranteed issue is another really important factor that really highlights the strength of Colonial and what makes them stand out above their competition. So just wanted to quickly just highlight that for those on the call. As always, if you want to talk further, if you want to get appointed, reach out to myself or Mark. We will get you in touch with Lorenzo if after we discuss it and it makes sense. But I think, for those of you who are out there, you're talking to business owners, you're coming across these kind of deals and or kind of situations, and now you have an outlet to help those business owners besides just their personal finances or insurance needs to basically help their businesses. So keep your eyes out for those opportunities. Colonial is there to support you and make it easy. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up for today. I thank everyone for joining. Dennis, and Lorenzo, thank you for hosting. Everyone have a great day.
Thank you, Greg.
Very much, Greg.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.